Now let's start from the voter registration, the limited voter registration exercise, because the identity of guarantors of some students at Benkum Senior High School in the Eastern region in the exercise has sparked controversy at the Methodist Primary Registration Center at Latte. Now, the NDC polling agents accused the NPP of asking some residents of the area who have no relations with the students to guarantee for them.
Management of the Ghana Education Service in a statement asked the heads of second cycle institutions to allow eligible students to visit their preferred registration centers in order to have their names registered as voters. Heads of schools are to take note of all students, especially boarders, as they leave the school premises to participate in the ongoing limited voter registration by the Electoral Commission. Students, teachers and members of the public have been urged to comport themselves during this national exercise. But there has been confusion between NDC and NPP agents at the Methodist Primary School Registration Center over the identity of guarantors.
When the students come here, it's the NPP people that go around to bring guarantors for the students.
But the NPP agent declined to comment on the issue. The electoral official, Emmanuel Kojokwaku, gave an account of what happened on Sunday.
Actually, the challenge is not coming from the officials, but the party agents. Some were challenged that they were not residents at that electoral area, and then some too were below 18.
19-year-old second-year student Prince Osei Ejapon was one of the students who was challenged at the registration center on Sunday.
We were registering, then a man came in saying that we those that are there, we are less than 18. So when we vote against them.
And on Monday, these students had also gone to register.
We were in the school whereby our teachers told us to come here. We have someone who will guarantee here for us.
Who is that person?
We don't know him yet.
When we were doing registration, was there anyone who came to guarantee for you that yes, you are 19 years?
Yeah.
Who is that person?
So he's not here. He's not here.
But do you know the person personally?
Yeah, we've seen him before.
What's his name?
I don't know his name, but we've seen him before.
All right, let's see on this issue. David Agbe is the Executive Director at the Ghana Institute of Governance and Security. Let's take a look at the exercise. The first phase has ended in Accra. There's a changeover from tomorrow. David, I'm grateful for your time. We saw day one, the hiccups, the dates on the card that were wrong, the challenges of the guarantors of some students in Benkum and other places. How would you assess the first 5 days?
Right, thank you so much. I think that with the little assessment that we have done, we could say that the exercise is quite a good one, although we've had some kind of skirmishes, around, especially in Ashanti region, Eastern region, and other few places in Brona Hafo. But to a large extent, I think that the exercise is good. The northern part of the country, we've not seen much of any trouble sport around. So generally, it's quite good. Whilst we are in election, year, some of these things are expected, and we shouldn't forget of the fact that Ghanaians youth are politically, if I could say, they love politics, and everything that they are doing is geared toward politics. So some of these things are quite expected in a democratic system, especially in African continent, where youthful activists are so much enthused about politics because they tend to serve their political interests and they have political fathers here and there. So some of these things are generally, expected. So it's quite a good exercise, but some of the issues that came out should have been avoided, especially with regards to these students. At least they have headmasters around various schools. So Electoral Commission should have collaborated with, Ghana Education Service, so that those students, one way or the other, could be able to prove their identity by, looking at students' ID card, which would display the name of the student, where actually he's coming from, and most importantly, his age. so that some of these things could have been avoided. I do not see much of why some of the NDC people are challenging the 19 students as I watch it on the TV, because I do believe that those people are Ghanaians, and so they are not aliens. So why is it that somebody is actually challenging them? Are they not Ghanaians?
Okay.
Well, the qualifications, the Constitution says that if the person is a Ghanaian, he should be allowed to actually register. So the first qualification is about being a Ghanaian. So I do not know why some people are challenging people, which I do not see, the reality of it.
All right. David, let's go back to the one where the NPP raised concerns that the date on the card, which was supposed to have been 28th, saw 27th on it. And the suspicion was that it was a ploy by the EC to disenfranchise them, because the system would reject all those with cards that have dates to capture 27. Particularly, the NPP claimed these were people in their strongholds.
You see, Bright, these two political parties, the NDC and MPP, this is their season. You realize that other political parties are quite silent, and it is the MPP and NDC, trying to do each other. I do not see any legitimacy as far as MPP's, allegation is quite concerned. Electoral Commission says that they've opened up the limited voter registration on 28th of April, and every political party needs to be more vigilant, need to ensure that the exercise goes on smoothly. But because each and every one want to do each other, they are trying to prevent legitimate students, prevent legitimate Ghanaians to actually register. So this thing shouldn't have happened. First of all, if we do have our national ID card where everybody could chest out to say that I'm a Ghanaian by displaying his ID card, but the state has not been able to organize itself very well to provide a national ID card for every Ghanaian. And so some of these things, we need to take it seriously, so that maybe subsequent year, we shouldn't and we should not try as much as possible to do each other, by then making sure that we have a budgetary fund somewhere to be able to get a national ID card for every citizen. Some of these things should be, prevented. We shouldn't. And Ghana, as far back 1957, if we should tell any person living in African continent that Ghana, we do not have a national ID card, it is a shame on our country, because we started long ago, and some of these things shouldn't have happened at all.
All right, David, I'm grateful for your time tonight. David Agbe is the Executive Director of the Ghana Institute of Governance and Security. They're talking to me about the first phase of the limited voter registration exercise. Ended today. The second phase continues tomorrow. We'll tell you more about that.